Hello, everyone. Yes, the broadcast has started. Hello, everyone. This is the Tell and Grow Your Business show, and I am Mutiat Adeboale. And today on the show, I have got a fantastic, amazing Cheryl Thacker. Cheryl Thacker is the founder and lead coach of Successful Coaches Enterprise, where she partners with emerging coaches and entrepreneurs to take structured action to build their business. Okay, I'm going to get over to Cheryl now so Cheryl can introduce herself. As you know, the Tell and Grow Your Business show is where business leaders, small business owners have stories to tell and a lot of impact to make. Today, as I said, I'm going to be speaking to Cheryl Thacker, who is the founder of the Success Coaches Enterprise. So hi, Cheryl. Thanks for having you here. Really grateful to have you here.
Thank you. I'm very grateful to be here. I appreciate the time that you're taking to interview, and I love the show, and the audience.
Okay, good. Before we go on, can you introduce yourself better? I know there is no way anyone can introduce you as much and better than you can introduce yourself. Can you introduce yourself? Tell us who you are and what got you here, really.
Okay. So, I'm a professional coach. I've been coaching for over 10 years. And I now have my company called Successful Coaches Enterprise. And we help coaches and entrepreneurs to build and scale their businesses and basically do life-work balance and also to personal life as well, to kind of just do the things that they want to do and be successful in that. And so I have been I've been coaching for over 10 years and I really enjoy it. I have 3 different parts to my business. I have also a health and wellness side. So I help people to lose weight, manage disease, that type of thing. And then I also have a nonprofit called Recovery Nation, where we help people with addiction using a health-based recovery model. So I've got a lot of different things going on in my business.
Lovely. That is fantastic. So can you tell us your entrepreneurial journey? How did you start? What was the aha moment? What made you make the decision to go on this path?
So some of it was outside of my control, but basically what happened was that about 15 years ago, I actually had an emotional or mental breakdown. So just basically my whole body and my mind just said, I've had enough. I was working in the corporate world and I was working about 60 to 70 hours a week. And I was raising my 3 kids and it was too much. And so, I just kind of shut down and I got really sick and I had to kind of reevaluate what I was doing. I had no work-life balance at that point. I was just kind of trying to get things done in the time that I had and never really planned out anything. There just wasn't the time. And then also the stress from work and, just kind of things piling up and my body said, nope, you're done. And that was it. So I had about 2 years where I was actually working pretty hard to come back from that and decided in that moment that I was not going back to the corporate world and I wasn't going to be working for anyone else. And so from there was a lot of trial and error. I did some web design. I'm a web designer originally. I also did some graphic design and I come from a finance background, so I was doing people's taxes on the side and so just a bunch of different kind of entrepreneurial type things. And I loved working for myself. And so I started to look at volunteering. I always like to volunteer as well. So I found a site, it wound up being Recovery Nation, that I wanted to help with. And so I was helping them do their web design. And the owner at that time was interested in me helping out with the coaching. And so I come from a management background, right? So I managed employees and I coached employees performance. I didn't really know what coaching, this type of coaching was. I'm not sure what that feedback is, but hopefully you can still hear me.
Yes, I can hear you now. Yeah.
Good. So anyway, long story short, the founder of Recovery Nation passed away, and yeah, he was young too. And so his family asked me to take it over because they didn't know too much about how to run it. And so then I realized that if I wanted to keep doing it, if I wanted to run it, and I wanted to coach people, that I needed to be a professional coach. So I went out and I found World Coach Institute, which is where I got my all my certifications through, and I trained to become a coach, and I've loved it ever since. Did a few years just with Recovery Nation, and then branched out into helping people with their health and wellness. And then World Coach Institute actually asked me to become an instructor, so I actually teach people to become coaches now. And so that really let me see that there's this gap between the training that coaches get and how to implement and build a business. And so that's where I kind of said, you know what, that's where the need is. And so I went there, and that's what I do mostly now is my clients are mostly coaches or entrepreneurs that need to start to get their business, going and growing and scaling up. So that's kind of what's brought me here.
Oh, lovely. That is really inspirational. I know it must be really difficult in the beginning, you having to juggle different tasks and, trying to find what's best for you during the trial and error. What type of mindset did you have in the beginning when you started? And how did you overcome, all the obstacles to get you where you are today?
Yeah. So the mindset, I had a I'm going to do it mindset. But then you also have all that doubt creeping in, right? Because you've not done it before, or at least I hadn't. And I was used to being told what to do, when to do it, how to do it, right? These are the things that you have to give me, that your bosses tell you. And so you're your own boss now. And so although the mindset was positive, I didn't really have skills to kind of back it up. And so I had to really think about and search for the skills to get myself organized and to learn what I needed to learn in order to make it long term. So I did a bunch of short term things, but nothing that really stuck and was long term, and nothing I was really passionate about. Like I love to help people and I love to be creative, but just designing websites just didn't get me really excited. Like it wasn't like what I really wanted to do. And so the mindset, sometimes the doubt would creep in. And so I'd have to tell myself, no, you're going to find what you like. Right now, you're just testing the waters. And so you have to be patient with yourself and give yourself some grace so that you can grow into what you're meant to do. And so that's what I did, is I gave myself some grace. And also during that period, I also became a born-again Christian. So I actually started to build my faith up even more and rely on God. So that was a big part of it, was having that higher power and just kind of being, you know what, I'm not in charge of everything. Someone else is, or something else is. And just kind of combining all that and saying, here's what I need to do. I need to let go of the control, but hang on to the inspiration and the positive mindset and take step by step to get where I wanted to go. And that's what I did.
Oh, wonderful. Well done. So what would you say were the components of, your success? What did you have to do that shifted everything for you?
I think just having faith, first of all, and then looking at structure. I mean, structure is important. As entrepreneurs, it's really easy to just kind of not have any structure at all, right? And just do things kind of when we want to do them and not necessarily when we have to do them. And so part of our entrepreneurial mindset is, yes, I get to choose what I like to do. I get to choose when I want to do it. But the reality is that if you want to be successful, you have to have some structure. And so that's what I started to look at. What was I doing that I could be doing better? What was I not doing that I needed to do? Like, just kind of analyzing what was going on. And so I realized I needed some structure. And so I had to create, first of all, some boundaries, because I was doing work at all different kinds of hours, and just all kinds of stuff was going on. And I was like, no, I really need to come up with some boundaries, and I need to come up with a schedule, and I need to make sure that I'm having, enough family time, enough. Yes, I want to build a business. Yes, I want to be successful, but I also, first priority is to be successful for my family, right? So making sure that I had enough family time and that my values were integrated into my work life. And so I think that's where I first started to realize that values play a huge role in our lives, and an even huger role as an entrepreneurial, right? As an entrepreneur, because when you work for someone else, it's their values that you're working for, not yours. But when you're in business for yourself, you have to know what your values are, and you have to create strategies and processes around those values. And so that's what I realized. And I said, okay. So I created, I had a vision, and then I created values, pulled out values out of that vision. And then I created actions to firm up those values and to be able to work on them on a consistent basis. And then I created a schedule. Very simple. These are the hours I work. These are the hours I don't work. So just making sure that I had that balance. And then I took it one step further, and I said, okay, out of these hours that I'm working, whatever it was, 9 to 2, say, just as an example, from 9 to 2, what am I doing specifically in those hours? And so I started to look at where my strengths were. So like, for instance, Monday mornings at 9 a.m. is not a strength for me, right? So I didn't put important work on Mondays at 9 a.m., right? So maybe I'm putting it to Tuesday or whatever. So it's kind of a journey to know who you are, what inspires you, what holds you back, where are the obstacles, and working around those as well. And so that's what I kind of did, is just kind of worked through that and had a plan. I planned my actions and planned how I was going to reach the success I wanted.
Beautiful. Beautiful, very well crafted. So now that takes us to, the main question of the day, the puzzle, where a lot of entrepreneurs find themselves stuck. How to balance, their relationships, self-care, the time, and build their business at the same time. So what do you have for us on how to balance a relationship or self-care, social life, as well as grow our business as small business owners, as entrepreneurs? What tip do you have for us?
So I think the main tip is the planning, right? I think that we all need to take structured action. And you can't take structured action if you don't plan, because you don't know what the structure is. So you need to plan and create a structure around it. That doesn't mean that it's inflexible. We still want to be flexible to say, if an opportunity comes up, hey, I work for myself, there's this opportunity, yeah, I can go do it. But generally speaking, having a plan and actually scheduling it out and scheduling time, it may sound weird, but scheduling time with your kids or your spouse or your girlfriend, go have lunch, get up from your desk, just look at time to take care of you, and then time to take care of your business and time to take care of your relationships. So, it's just planning that out. And then also making sure that in that plan that we're taking care of ourselves. And I just know from that experience, 2 to 3 years to come back from that was a struggle. It was a struggle to reach up and get the strength to do it. But it was because I didn't have a balanced life and because I wasn't taking care of myself. So making sure we have time to feed our minds, feed our souls, feed our bodies, so nutrition is very important. Exercise is very important. And, feeding our minds. So reading inspirational, listening to inspirational things. Just basic self-care, making sure that, you have time to go take a bath with some candles and, a glass of wine or whatever. So whatever really works for you based on your personality. Is that coming from me? I don't know what that is.
I think it's somewhere around here.
Oh, okay. So I just don't want to be interrupting it. But so just planning out your self-care. Don't just say, oh, I'll get to it tomorrow, or I'll do that. Write it out. Come up with a morning, power start or morning program to get your days going positive. Make plans for what you're going to do in your day, and then schedule in date nights, schedule in, play days or whatever, and make sure that you do it when it comes up. Put it on your schedule, let it remind you, and go out and do what you need to do, and keep that balance and keep that self-care. That all helps us to really build on success. So we start getting these little successes by having the organization and the structure and planning things out, and then it starts to build more and more until we're letting go of things that aren't serving us and taking on things that are serving us.
Thank you so very much, Cheryl. That is a very great tip. Planning, as they say, when you fail to plan, then you are planning to fail. That's one essential thing. I mean, at the end of the day, you're going to see that what it's going to cost you not to plan is going to be a lot more than what it takes you to plan and put your day and your relationship and your business, into the good shape that you really want it to be. Okay, let me ask you one more question and then we will go away from here now. Okay, when you want to get yourself into, you want to get your business at an inch higher, you want to get, you want to go higher and make some income, or you just want to go bigger, what do you do to get income to your business?
So, another kind of suggestion or advice that I give is always to have a mentor, which could be a coach or a consultant or whatever, but have some kind of mentor that you can work with and bounce ideas off of and help strategize. So that's my first suggestion. But besides that, when I want to up level in my business, I need to get really clear on my vision for it. What is it that I want to do? And then I figure out how to do it to get there. What do I have to do to reach that goal? So if it's to say, increase my income by whatever, let's say $20,000 a year, how do I do that? What do I have to do every year to raise that income? And then I make the plans and the action steps to take to reach that goal. So just, again, it's about planning, but visioning, and then also being inspired, and then getting help when you need it. Mentors out there, hiring yourself a coach or a consultant or somebody to help you do that. Or if you have family or friends that are in the kind of the entrepreneurial world that can help you, either or. Anything that's going to give you somebody to kind of bounce ideas off of, to maybe give you insight, and then maybe accountability as well is going to be important. Having that accountability piece, so that we make sure we follow through on our plans. That's important.
Okay, thank you so very much. So the most important question is, what would I need? What problem would I want you to solve for me to want you, to actually need you to work with you? What would I need? What problem do you really solve?
So I help you solve, for instance, if you have an idea about a business, an entrepreneurial business that you want to start, I can help you with that. I can help you figure that out. And then I help to actually set up a coaching business or an entrepreneurial business. So the pieces, everything that you need, the marketing, the scheduling, the tech that you get, just the basics that you would need to start and launch a business, and then the marketing piece. So anytime that you would want to start a business or start a coaching business or an entrepreneurial based business, or anytime that you want to scale up. So if you are kind of stuck at a certain income level or a certain exposure and you want to up it, you want to up level, then I can help you do that as well. So any pieces to do with setting up, marketing, or scaling up your business is basically for entrepreneurs, which are service-based entrepreneurs, service-based businesses, or coaches.
Oh, well done. Thank you. So that's it for all service-based entrepreneurs, coaches. If you have a good idea and you want to start a business, but you don't know where to start or how to go about it, Cheryl Thacker will help you. Yes. Thank you so very much, Cheryl, for coming on the show. What's your last word for all business either business coaches or coaches, consultants, service-based entrepreneurs who are really struggling to make the success, to achieve their goal in their business. What's, the best tip you can really give them to get them started, to get them going? A lot of people are locked in and, they believe they've got these great ideas, or they're just doing it and they're not getting the results that they want. What's the one tip you want to give it to them tonight?
I think just making sure that you're inspired and that you're taking structured action. It's really taking the action. We can dream, we can wish, but if we're not taking that action, it's not going to happen. So taking structured action that's going to, make you reach those goals. And if you're stuck, reach out and get help. That's the best advice I could give.
Okay, good. Thank you so very much. Yeah, we're going to leave below after the show how to reach Cheryl Thacker. And if you do have questions with regards to what we have said today, with regards to balancing your relationship, your business, self-care, looking after yourself, and connecting with yourself and connecting with your business in order for you to make the huge success that you really want in your business, then leave your comments, leave your questions. I know a lot of people will be catching this on the replay, later on, but it really doesn't matter. Just get your questions on, and we're going to leave contact details for Cheryl Thacker, and you can get in touch with her if you do need any support or you want to ask questions with regards to your business. So thank you so very much, Cheryl, for having you. I know you are very busy, and taking time out of your busy schedule really means a lot to me and a lot to all of the people who are going to be watching and taking from the tips that you've left here today. So that is the end of the Tell and Grow Your Business show tonight. I am Muted Adebowale. Thank you so much. And from Cheryl,
thank you very much and have a great day.
Thank you so very much.